Hey y'all, my name is Zack Worthe. This is going to be my first video that I'm going to be putting up on this new channel. And, I love me some YouTube, I really do. And I love following makeup channels and makeup people on Instagram and other social media platforms. So, in this first video of mine, I really hope y'all remember this because this came out probably about 6 years ago. But who's familiar with Urban Decay? Okay, great. So, Urban Decay, a long time ago, came out with this Urban Decay Sin Afterglow palette. And it looks like this. And as you can see, well, obviously you can't see because I haven't opened it yet. It's a blush and highlighter palette. So anyways, now this first video is going to be kind of a comparison between this and a dupe that I ended up coming across at Marshall's? Marshall's or Burlington, something like that, I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure that through other, other videos regarding, like drama videos, like, oh, this brand literally copied like these bigger, more reputable brands. Anyways, so there's this brand called ccolor, and they came out with an eerily familiar palette. I don't know how long ago this came out. This is a fairly new brand from what I understand, so here you go. This is the ccolor Natural Glow Face Palette, and when y'all see the shades, it's like same shit, different toilet, basically. Oh my god. And whenever you put the shades next to each other, it's literally, it's the exact same vibe. It's just that I feel like the ccolor shades look a little bit more vibrant. But I'm going to be testing these two out just real quick. So I have two brushes. I'm going to be taking one brush for one and one brush for the other. Anyways, y'all know how this works. Okay, so first I'm going to go with the actual Urban Decay palette. I'm going to take the shade Kiss Off, which is this pale pink right here, because I feel like that would be maybe like a mixture between, okay, let me start with just this one. Okay, we got some pigment on there. Now, I've already used this Urban Decay palette, so I already know kind of how these blushes work, and the way this happens is, I forgot my beer. These blushes are a little bit on the sheer side, but they are buildable. So obviously, I really think Urban Decay, even at the time that they came out with this palette, Urban Decay knows how to make a pigmented blush. But I really feel like through this palette, they were trying to cater to people who, I guess, prefer a more everyday, not so bold blush. People who prefer a, like a more subtle blush. Because, I feel like it's kind of hard to see on camera. I mean, in person, it's kind of there. It's going to take a little bit of building. But that's also what I was going to say, too, is that this palette does build up pretty nicely. Anyways. So while I'm trying to build up this blush, a little more about me. I'm so dumb. So I am in my mid-20s. I've been doing makeup now for about 4 years. Has it been 4 years? Like almost 5 years, like 4.5 years. And as you can clearly see, this shit ain't perfect. Not by a long shot. But you'll find out more and more through my content that I really do love colorful looks. Every once in a while I'll do a more neutral. If I do go for neutral, I usually like neutral with a pop of color. I really do feel like it's just so cool. It's a twist of like a change of vibe, I guess you could say, to add a pop of color. What I usually do when I do a neutral look is I will, on the outer wing of the eyeshadow, I will do the neutral colors, but then on the inner part, like where you see the pink right there, on the inner part is where the popper color will be. So, it's kind of it switches the vibe. Okay, you can kind of see now. I'm so sorry. It does take a while to build this Urban Decay blush up, because like I said, I really do feel like they were trying to cater to people who don't who don't prefer an overly pigmented blush. And this palette honestly is just, it's subtle all around, because even the highlighters are not the most pigmented in the world. But Urban Decay does have, from what I understand, pigmented blushes and highlighters. Anyways, something else to know about me too is that I am dead broke, girl. I am dead broke. So I really do love me some affordable makeup. The way I came across this Urban Decay palette was a few years ago when I was at an outlet mall, and the outlet mall, to my surprise, had a discount makeup store, and this palette for Urban Decay was only, I think, like $11, whereas I'm sure when they came out with it, it was like $45, something crazy like that, because Urban Decay's prices, y'all, Urban Decay's prices are up there. And one day, though, I would like to explore more from the brand and more from other, more pricey brands like that. I do have a few other items, too, from more expensive brands. Like I do have a couple things from Pat McGrath. I have a couple of things from, I have a thing or two from Fenty, and anyways, I don't know if y'all want later on down the road, I will do like a whole collection video. I mean, if y'all want. Yeah. I feel like I really do like that. Something else to note too with this Urban Decay palette is that there is glitter in these blushes. So if you do go with these blushes, just be aware that it will be dewy like this. Which, I mean, I don't hate a dewy blush. It's just not, I just don't, prefer it for me specifically. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but I don't really. The only part I like to have it radiance is just the highlighter. Because I don't know, my problem with it is that I just don't like the whole entire cheek to have radiance. I just like, just the highlighter to provide the radiance for me rather than the actual cheek products. But anyways, now moving on, I'm grabbing that same brush. This one's clean. I'm going to go onto the ccolor palette, and there's no names in the ccolor palette, so I'm just going to call it the Urban Decay name. So I'm going to go in with that same shade Kiss Off in the Urban Decay palette. Oh my god, in the ccolor palette. So, there's a little bit. Let me get a little bit more. Okay, that's a little better. So, going on this side now. And forgive me if I, the fact that I can't really edit my videos right now because I'm just making videos off my phone. Because like I said, a girl's broke, so a girl ain't got, like proper equipment just yet. And so if you hear things in the background, it's because what you're hearing is sounds from just my normal life. Because, like I said, I don't really have a way at the moment of editing sounds out and things like that. But one day, believe it to achieve it. I don't know if y'all can tell, but the ccolor blushes, I don't know, in this palette, it's there. I mean, I've built the Urban Decay side up a lot more, so it's kind of hard to see on this side through the lens, but like in person, it's there. But it feels like the Urban Decay palette definitely blends out much better. I mean, the ccolor side's not bad, but maybe you can't tell right there, but in this area, there's just a harsh line right there, just, and I'm trying to remedy that, but, well, I mean, it's not so much noticeable right now. Okay, so maybe I did do something. Maybe I did do something to remedy it. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm a little on the trashy side, too. But that ain't going to change. Trust me. in that regard, I don't feel the need to change who I am just because there's a cover on. But okay, the ccolor blush is building up pretty nicely now. Yeah, you can tell right there. It is starting to show up now. It's building up nicely, slowly but surely. Slow and steady wins the race. So my technique, I've already talked to y'all about my this technique that I have on my Instagram. But there's this technique that I do. I don't know how I got started doing it or whatever, but I stipple first and then blend afterward. I think it's because I've seen so many people doing eyeshadow online that even though it's not eyeshadow, obviously it's a blush, but they actually go about their eyeshadow pretty smart because they do start by stippling on the eyeshadow and then start buffing it around to blend it out afterward. You know, I know Nikki Tutorials does that. Skeletim does that. And speaking of Skeletim, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him, but he is by far my most favorite makeup content creator thus far. Because if you go back to his older content, his older videos and stuff like that, his makeup is so amazing. And he has very similar skin features, he has a very similar skin type to what I have. And being, you know, more normal to dry perimeters of the skin, but then a very oily T-zone. And I like that, you know, because of course it is very important if you you know, begin to follow people online as far as receiving makeup advice. It's very important to find someone who has a very similar, if not the exact same, skin type to you. Anyways, yes. So I'm gonna go in with these highlighters and these palettes. What am I saying? Oh my god. Okay, something else to note about me is that my brain flies 1,000,000 miles an hour, and sometimes my mouth can't catch up, and so I will stumble over my words or just stutter really badly. I'm trying to work on that. I'm surprised that I haven't done it more than I have already in this video. But trust me when I say I am working on that. So now I'm taking this Lamora Soft Blender 113 brush right here. This is my preferred blush for a highlighter because I can get just a really precise area with it. Anyways, I'm going in with the Urban Decay palette with this highlighter called Sin right here. Right there. So we're going to coat the... We're going to, I guess, coat the brush. Oh, fall out. I feel like I'm reviewing this palette as if you could still get it. This has been discontinued now for a long time from what I understand. You could not get this anywhere on Urban Decay's website or Sephora or nowhere. But anyways, this video was solely just because I ended up about a year ago coming across this exact copy of the Urban Decay palette. And I just so happened to have the Urban Decay palette already. So I was like, obviously we gotta make a video. Anyways, let's start with the highlighter. Now the highlighters, like I said, are also, when you start off, they are kind of sheer. Oh, it's subtle, but I really do like it. Ooh. Technically, like I said before, I have used this Urban Decay palette already, but it's been a really, really long time since I last used the highlighters in it. I more so just go for the blushes. Something else to know about me is I love blush. Absolutely love blush. And that wasn't the case when I first started makeup. When I first started makeup, blush for some reason was the bane of my existence. And for the stupidest reason too. And it is because I don't know why my brain was like this. Growing up and even in my current life, I have always had a lot of just overall anxiety. And a man wearing makeup in Texas, because, you know, I'm from Texas, tends to be frowned upon by residents here in Texas. So I was afraid that by going out... Oh my god, this sounds so stupid. but it's the truth. The way my brain works is that I did not want to risk going out and getting killed. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh, but I didn't want to be attacked, I guess, simply by wearing blush. Which, hello, you got all this going on and no blush. Y'all, it's so stupid. But now, y'all, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't give a shit who got a problem with a man wearing makeup. It is 2024. Come on, y'all. Oh my God, Jesus was doing it. I think. Yeah, that's really pretty. However, I just wish, like I said before, that the whole entire cheek wasn't radiant. I just wish it was just the highlighter. But anyways, so now I'm going to switch to the other palette, and I'm going to choose that same Sin highlighter in the ccolor palette. And I will say I have swatched these two off camera, and come to find out, the highlighters in the ccolor palette are actually much more reflective than the ones in the Urban Decay palette. But that's because, like I said, I really do think Urban Decay was trying to cater to, you know, a specific demographic when they came out with this palette initially. So, I still think I like the ccolor highlighters a little bit more because I love reflection and a lot of it. But go on this side now. Oop. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. Ooh, maybe right there. See, I feel like that is so much more reflective than the Urban Decay side. I'm gonna take a little bit more. This is that same ccolor palette, obviously. Might be a little bit too much. Okay, we're gonna take that a little bit more. Okay, and just softly go over that. Oh, do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? This side really is, you know, it is pretty, I will say. But there's something to me that's more alluring about this side. But anyways, now I'm going to try to, I guess, blend the highlighter into the blush a little bit more by taking a little bit more blush. However, this time around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that other shade that I mentioned before in these palettes and kind of blend it on top of the blush we already have. So I'm taking the same brush that I used the first time for the Urban Decay palette. I'm going to take this shade called Score, which is this middle blush. It is a little bit more pigmented, I feel like, than that shade Kiss Off. And we're going to go on top a little bit. See, I feel like that not only kind of melted together the highlighter with the blush that we already had, but I also feel like it just brings a little bit more life to the blush area. You know what I mean? See, look at that. Look at that. The Urban Decay side and then just the ccolor side. I really like that. These blushes, thank God, are heavily buildable. So now I'm going to go in that same shade, that shade Score in the ccolor palette. And, ooh, just fair warning, if y'all do get the ccolor palette, there's a lot of fallout in this palette. Woo! Jesus. Y'all, I apologize. I keep like going out of frame and going all every which way. Just forgive me. I'm new at this, y'all. Okay. So the final thing that I really like to do whenever I finish applying the cheek products, you know, like highlighter, blush, and bronzer, is I will grab... Oh, let me just throw my brushes around. I will grab my sponge that I've been using. And, well, first of all, I will go ahead and just tap over that whole area, make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay. And I will take a pressed powder. Today I'm using this, just the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And I'll take my sponge and go in and get some pigment on that sponge. And what I really like to do is kind of the old 2016 thing where you like cut the line of the bottom of where like the contour and the blush is supposed to be. So I'll go and I'll go up just so I can make sure I evenly distribute the powder all the way up to where I need it to go, and then just pat it in. And so what that will do is it'll just add more definition to the contour and blush area. And then I'll once again just go over the area just to make sure once again that it is all blended. I like that. I like how pretty that makes that area. It's not as just, see how this side, it looks like it's just all over the place. And then this side is just, it is just, oh my God. It's just this area. Oh my God. I don't remember what I was trying to word it as. Once again, another episode of my brain flying faster than my mouth can catch up. So more of that powder for the other side. Just cut. And I'm sure that putting all this powder on top is probably not good for the base. So the more and more that I learn and grow, you know, like my current techniques are definitely tentative. So meaning that most likely my current skills are going to be changing because the girl's going to be learning. So, yeah. So now the contours and blush are, you know, cut. What I want to do now is I'm going to cut for a quick second, throw on a lip, and just finish this look real quick and BRB. Okay, so I ended up cheating a little bit. I'm so sorry, but I say that because for the highlighter, I kind of placed a little bit more on top of it because I really felt like this Lottie London highlighter right here, this is in the shade Golden, would be perfect for this look. And y'all, it sure is. I mean, look at the chin. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And on top of that too, this London highlighter, oh my God, Lottie London highlighter, oh my God, is 100% a dupe for the Fenty Diamond Bomb highlighters. Of course, I don't own any of those, but I have swatched them at Ulta, and I really love the texture and the smooth payoff of those Diamond Bomb highlighters. So one of these days, girl, one of these days, I do intend to do a comparison video, which I know there's already a million, but you know, comparing that Fenty Diamond Bomb highlighter to this Lottie London, what is the official name of this? The Lottie London Diamond Bounce Illuminating Highlighter. So, I do have this in 2 shades. I think they only have 2 shades in this highlighter formula. I didn't see any more. Anyways, off topic. Something else I ended up doing was I brightened up my under eyes using this Jaclyn under eye brightener. This is in the shade Face It All, and it looks a little something like this. So yes, and then last thing is I did a fun little lip. I used these 2 LA Curlers Velvet Plush Cream Lip Curlers. And this one is in the shade Cushy. And then I put this right in the center, and this one is in the shade Twist. So yes, by the way, these are absolutely amazing. I don't know if you can see, but these are really, really good. And LA Colors as a whole has just a huge array of amazing products. What was I going to say? Oh, I remember now. So, if y'all want, speaking of which, I have means of being able to do a full face of LA Colors. So, if that's something y'all want, because LA Colors is definitely affordable, and here on the beginning of this journey, I absolutely am a huge advocate for affordability. I mean, that's the only life I know. So, anyways, if y'all want that, just let me know. Yes, so that is this video finally over after half an hour, which once again I do apologize, y'all know at the moment I can't edit my videos, but pretty soon I will definitely be cutting through these videos because I cannot continue on with these half an hour long videos. That is this video comparing these two palettes, the Urban Decay Sin Afterglow palette and this ccolor Natural Glow Face Palette. I really hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank y'all so much. If y'all are still sticking around at this point in time, I do know, like I said, that this video was pretty lengthy. It was half an hour, and people nowadays are really into short form content. I do understand that 100%. Hopefully, pretty soon I'll get a TikTok up and going, and I will be putting up short form content. Oh my god, I'll be putting up short form content up there. Hopefully, pretty soon. So. Let me know what else y'all want to see as far as drugstore or affordably priced products, and I will definitely try to cater to that. So thank y'all so much again, and I really hope that y'all enjoy the future of this channel, the future of my social media accounts, because I'm really excited to begin this social media journey. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye, y'all.